All right, we're back.
Hey.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, babes.
Hey, babes. Brown sugar babes. We're back, episode 2.
I miss y'all.
I missed y'all too. I could not wait to come back.
After the responses from the first show,
man, I'm trying to tell you. We really appreciate you guys' feedback. Like, y'all awesome. Like,
thank
my
you.
heart
Everybody
was full.
that took the time to listen.
No, seriously. And, like, the feedback, the detailed feedback, you know? Like, I don't know. It was just very bomb.
No, seriously.
Y'all are bomb.
It was the little things. I mean, you guys gave us feedback, you gave us critiques, and we took all of that to heart. We just talked about it before we start recording, so we are listening to y'all, and we just want to let y'all know we appreciate and love y'all, and thank you just for being subscribers and listeners to Brown Sugar Babe.
Yes.
First order of business.
First order of business. So we did discuss, flow of the show. So we're going to start off with an icebreaker. Every show we're going to start off with an icebreaker and just kind of let y'all know how we're feeling.
Like what we feeling. How
just kind of, get back into it.
Yeah.
How the
week's been a while since we've seen you.
Exactly. And as far as it's been a while since we've seen each other. We haven't seen each other in a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm. It has been a couple weeks.
Like catching up and stuff. So, Chloe.
Yes, babe.
How you feeling? What's
going on? What? This morning, I woke up feeling a little indifferent.
Okay.
And I say indifferent just because I woke up and my spirit was a little off.
Okay.
And it was a little off. And I can't describe why it was off. There's nothing really major going on in my life. I worked 7 days straight and I'm finally off. So maybe that's why.
Run that check up, girl.
Right.
Run that check.
So that could be why I'm feeling a little indifferent. But it's so funny. As I was driving over to Lowe's house, I listened to Oprah's Super Soul Sunday on a podcast.
I love that now, by the way.
I never listened.
Thank you for that. Thank you.
It's
I got that from you.
If you haven't subscribed to Oprah Super Soul Sunday, it's definitely worth a subscription and a listen. But I was listening to her podcast where she had this pastor on there. He has a mega church, I believe, in Minnesota and maybe Pasadena, California. And he was just talking about God and his representation of God and Christianity. Because, at this day and age, a lot of people aren't as religious. They're more spiritual.
Right.
So, he was giving his perspective on his views of Christianity and why people should believe in God versus, the universe.
Right.
It was just a good listen. And it made me, it brought my spirit. Anything that's talking about Jesus and God always brings my spirits up. So, your girl went from indifferent to satisfied.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
And that's mine. By the way, y'all, we have this chart. We have this mood chart that I guess it's like a feelings chart because it's just so important to just express your feelings and just kind of know how you feel. Because I don't feel like a lot of people talk about how they feel a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And sometimes you don't know how you feel. So to have a chart so you can be able to be like, okay, now I can identify with that. So Chloe's was she just said satisfied, and that's my word, satisfied. I had a very partially difficult week last week. Not this last week, but the week before. Mm-hmm. And I actually talked to you guys about it.
Yeah, I remember.
And how are you feeling about that? So you're satisfied with that?
It's actually, girl, like my mom always told me, I put a prayer on everybody.
Hello.
And God worked through it, and it was fine. Well, girl,
I
feel like as the days go by, God is continuing to show me, just be still and just be okay. Because I obsess and overthink about everything, like the smallest things. And I have to constantly tell myself, it's not you. It's not about you. It has nothing to do with you. Just continue to walk in your light. Believe, love, and light. That's it. And vibrate high and just keep going,
Ain't he awesome?
He is. So I'm very grateful. So I'm just satisfied in that. I had tough financially because the holidays just passed and we hosted Christmas at my house. So it was just a lot. And that was my first year buying gifts for my nieces and nephews. And I have millions. So girl, I was super adulting this past holiday season. Super adulting. So it was just, it's just I ain't rich. So it was a big transition to kind of get everything back into the swing of things for bills, and so it was just a lot. So now I'm just really able to see God in all of it. because I immediately be praying like, Lord, I can't do it. I can't do it by myself. So go ahead. And he always gives me peace. Lord, give me peace. So I'm now seeing it. It's like now everything is.
Isn't that comforting?
And it's like I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied in really in all areas right now. You know, today.
Right now, today,
right now, in this moment,
and enjoy.
And I am enjoying it. And the funny part about it is, y'all, I be telling my boyfriend all the time. This is like my first time. I have times where I'm like, this is my first time where I'm just like completely like happy.
I feel it.
And I'm not
trying
to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I've always been about the hustle. Like, I'm trying to, you know,
You
and it's my
everywhere.
first, I was just like, like, okay.
Love it. You
So,
look good.
Thank you, girl.
You look blessed.
You know, I'm smiling from ear to ear, y'all. But no, that's my word. My word is satisfied.
Cynara,
Cynara.
how you feeling?
Right now, I'm feeling hungover.
Cynara,
No, bro.
why are you hungover?
My eyes closed right now because it's like I had a good night. I had a good night. Like, it was lit, and I really didn't do nothing. But I was at home, you know, being in my being, and it felt good. I'm just a little. You know.
That's the best type of drinking is drinking by yourself at
Just
the house.
chilling.
At the house. In the
I'm
comfort
gonna-
of your own.
Vibe, but I didn't have to get all dressed up and be uncomfortable, put Spanx on and stuff. Like, I was just chilling, and I'm like, next thing I knew, there, one whole bottle's done.
Right.
So then now I'm here, and I'm like, okay. Don't drink and drive though. So that's the best part.
That's the best part.
I can get as full up as I want
Right.
on the couch.
Right.
And go to sleep.
You don't look hungover.
I feel it.
Y'all, by the way, we're recording super early right now.
Super early.
It is early.
It ain't super early. It's super early for people. For regular people.
It's super,
super
early
for
for
Saturday.
Chloe.
It's not super early. I'm gonna say it's not super early for me because my kids are usually up at 7 o'clock and they're like, "Mommy, we're hungry."
Girl.
No, it's super early for Chloe because Chloe gets off at 10:30 at night, doesn't get home till 11, which means she's not going to sleep till about 1, 2. So when we had this 8 o'clock wake up call, I was like,
What is called?
Lord have mercy.
What they call? Call time.
Call time.
All time.
8 o'clock call time.
So it's early, but we're excited to be recording. We was all up early, ready to record.
We were.
So
We were excited to come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, but y'all, listen.
What's up? Oh, are we getting to it? Are we getting to
Listen.
it? So after we do our icebreaker every
Listen.
episode, we're gonna have a segment called Listen Linda.
Listen.
And
Listen.
Listen Linda is just basically where we're gonna discuss, you know, what's been hot, what's been popping in social media for the past couple of weeks. And Cynara brought this to our attention a couple of days ago. Cynara, what you want to talk about?
So there's this new thing out now. It's a sex bot. You know, we like back in the day, the sex dolls, they would look real corny and stuff. But this sex bot, like baby girl
got the snack. She got the snack.
Baby girl's bad. I'm not even gonna lie.
But in that same breath, she got it. She got the game messed up. She got it messed up. Could you imagine?
Imagine what?
Like, could you imagine not necessarily being replaced by a doll, but like,
Look.
Like walking in on your.
What would you do if you walked in and your man was with the sex bot?
throw the whole dick away.
I would be confused. Like, first of all, no. First of all, because her ass looks so real, I think it was actual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'd be like, wait a minute, like what's going on? Like, of course, you know your natural reaction. You know, when you
Who
see
the
a
fuck
man
is-
cheating, who is this? Like,
Right.
You know, I don't want to go. I don't
Yeah,
wanna go, but I would be upset. You know,
But listen,
I would be upset.
I don't know.
But once I figured it out, I feel like he was whack.
Yeah,
Like,
seriously.
you're a weirdo. Get out.
I don't even know these. I don't know if y'all peeped it. These sex dolls on Instagram, Facebook. But they're making these dogs more and more human-like every day.
girl.
So Cynara had posed a question to us, like, yeah, have y'all seen the sex pods, the sex dolls on Instagram? And my first reaction was like, the bitch is bad. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
And then y'all, she look all seductive in her eyes and stuff. Whoever created her,
She
is
got it on her mind.
impeccable. I
She
promise.
looks like Malaya.
She
the
got it on
stripper.
her mind.
And my friend told me that she's all silicone.
Oh,
Girl.
So that means she's soft.
I can't.
I bet.
She is what some people have in their chests and in their booties.
And their booties.
Yeah. She's all that. But my take on it, if the sex doll is what you want, by far means go. Be fine with your sex doll.
What'd you say earlier?
No, that was what Chloe. Chloe was like, go ahead, fuck with her and stop fucking with me.
Period.
Go ahead, fuck over the doll and stop fucking over humans.
Yeah.
Fuck a doll, save a life.
Save a life.
That.
Fuck a doll, save a life.
Stop messing around over these actual wonderful women
with emotions.
And
Playing
fuck over
games.
an emotionless robot.
You get all the
whatever.
sensation.
I wonder if she will say. They'll start probably.
Oh, she talks.
Girl, shut up. No, she
That's
doesn't.
what I wanted to know. Does she moan?
Yes, she talks and she says
That's
explicit
creepy.
things.
That's creepy.
That's
we finna be moved to the left. But that's fine.
No, you're not.
If you feel like you need a sex doll instead of me, you good.
No, I feel like a creeper only uses a sex doll instead
I mean, but you gotta admit, she look
let me
good.
tell y'all who about to use a sex doll. And I'm not trying to be judgmental, but look at it. Look, he play video games. He work from home. He don't go out
at all.
Yeah,
and he keep her in the closet when he good and ready, because he knows
she might be laying on the bed. Ain't nobody else.
Or sitting next to him ready, so he can put his hand when he ready.
Oh God.
I kind of feel like, and I'm not saying that there won't be like attractive men who may or may not get this doll, but I just don't feel like the average man, like, who's attractive,
right? Like, cause you out in the world, so you can meet someone that looks just like that.
What's the price point on this?
Girl, I don't know. I don't even want to get into that because I'm like,
I do.
I do. I'm fascinated by the sex bot.
It better be $2,500.
I'm fascinated by sex bot. I mean, like I say, she's
yes.
She looks
good.
$3,000.
Y'all, look at this. They got an Asian. They got a man, y'all.
Yeah. They got a man. How those tables turn. So how you feeling since the dudes be all like, yeah, she fine.
No, I mean, see, my thing is, I don't mind for my boyfriend to say she's bad, because she is.
She's bad.
We're gonna be honest.
But yeah, I don't care. I mean, but if you like, all in, like, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm trying to figure out who paying $3,000 for a sex bot. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
It's definitely $3,000.
You might as well go get a prostitute or a stripper,
or at least this one I'm looking at. She trying.
You can go to the strip club and probably pay
$3,000. She gonna be there forever.
That's true. You're right. It is a lifelong investment.
Baby,
the boobs on her look fake, but they look real.
They like a fake real.
Look weird. Look real.
I wonder if she gets sensation too.
I can't.
Girl, she a whole new person.
She probably looking weird.
But the thing is, the downfall is that she you have to clean her out yourself.
Yeah.
You gotta
Wait, what?
Yeah, you gotta clean her out. Like once you
once you
come
in.
Inside.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
That's what you're supposed to do, but you gotta clean her out yourself.
Pros, you can do whatever and don't have to worry about pregnancy or I did read this morning, no lie, that 3 men caught a STD by messing with a sex doll because they were all running a train on her, and I guess one of them had an STD.
That's hilarious.
And they all got it.
That's hilarious.
That's weird. That's weird.
Disgusting. That's disgusting.
That's something. 3 dudes that's running the train on the dog. Yeah, them gamers.
I feel like that happens. I can definitely see that happening. I don't know, babes, men listening. Y'all let us know.
Y'all tell us what y'all think about this.
Let us know what y'all think about this.
Would you buy a sex bot? Would you let your man buy a sex bot? Would you be okay with your man buying a sex bot?
Yeah.
And that's it.
Would you even, real question.
Would you date a dude?
Would you date a dude who had a sex bot?
And was open? No. Would you date a dude who wanted to have a threesome?
I thought that's all I was thinking. I was thinking because I was like, I don't want to say it, but that's what I'm thinking in my head.
Listen to this conversation.
Are you down for it?
Listen to this conversation, babe. I've been thinking, that we should have a threesome, and I got this little baddie around the way.
You be like, I ain't about to go out and meet no girl. You ain't got to worry about it. She in the closet. Let me go get her real quick. She gonna change your life.
My God!
Tell them to get your life.
Hey, we have stepped into a new world,
baby. This is something. I don't think I'm ready for. This is when you call me old school.
They need to go back to the blood dog.
I'm not progressive like that.
Or just get a vibrator or a pocket pussy. That's what the men call them. I call it a pocket pussy.
That's what she is. Essentially, that's exactly what she is. Just a bigger form, and you don't get all the sensation of a person.
Girl, I can't.
It's a no for me.
It's a no for me.
It's a no for me too.
It's a no.
It's a hell no.
Sex bot is a no. Chapter closed. Sex bot is a no.
Hell
That
no.
was Listen Linda.
Listen.
But then Listen Linda.
Sex bot is a no. It's a no. So are we ready?
Yeah, we're about to get into the main topic. So each time, you know, the first episode was just a flow press. We was just trying to get the flow. Now we got a structure going. And so each time we get into our main episode, y'all know we already sipping on wine and all kinds of stuff.
Mimosas.
So before we get into our main episode, we always are going to do a glasses up, ladies, to let y'all know.
Because we about to get into
it.
So if you are listening now, wherever you grabbing, girl, grab your wine, grab your mimosa, grab your beer, grab your shot, grab your Hennessy. Because I know some Hennessy girls out there.
That brown
whatever. Exactly. Whatever you have, girl, grab it and put it up because we are about to
I'm a
protein shake. Glasses up, ladies.
Glasses up.
And if you're being healthy, protein shake. That's what I'm hearing after last night. Protein shakes up.
So, this episode is deep, y'all.
You heard that pause?
We called this episode Daddy's Girls. And basically, we're about to discuss just the relationships we have with our fathers and how important it is to have a relationship with your dad. So, just jumping right into it, Lo. I'm sorry to put you on the spotlight, but you first, because you look good.
Thank you.
What's the relationship like with your father?
Do you have one?
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
And what's that relationship like?
It's I don't want to say weird. It's cool. It's indifferent.
Also,
Let's just say that, or neutral.
Elaborate.
Just because, like, I've gone through a lot with my dad, or a relationship with my dad. My dad got, like, real sick when I was younger. And he went through a lot of health issues. He had a stroke. And so it was kind of difficult for me as a child because, you know, your parents are human. And this is something that was very difficult for him to transition into and to accept, because now he couldn't use a part of his body, so he couldn't walk for a while. He walks now, thank God, but not without like a cane or something, you know. So it was very difficult for him, being a man, being the provider for his family, to now have to sit down and have to see your wife have to work and have to, you know. So instead of I guess, I don't know, finding ways to cope with it, he just kind of lashed out a lot. So it was very much so yelling, a lot of arguing, a lot of get abuse. I don't want to say physical abuse because I'm black.
Yeah, you get
because I mean, you know, we
you
all
get your ass right.
You know, you know, just a lot of stuff that I didn't understand, and now that I look back on it as an adult, I realized that was just something that he was dealing with.
I was just about to ask you that. Okay,
but
awesome.
yeah, I've been able to identify that, but at the same time, it did put a strain on our relationship because as a girl, I was a daddy's girl, and you hear I was, you know, I don't really consider myself a daddy's girl now, just because I kind of feel like I was disappointed a lot. You know, because I didn't understand as a little girl, like, why you're talking to me like this, why you're always yelling at me, why you don't show me love, because you don't love yourself, because of the situation you're in, you know? So I realize that now, as a 28-year-old woman, now. But as a teenager and as a girl, and this happened when I was 12 years old. So to go from a father, you know, just being loving and, you know, supporting you and saying, you know, all these good things about you, to just yelling at you all the time and, you know, for anything, and not really being there for you. Like, only, like, my dad, I promise you, my dad would, like, sit in front of the TV, like, all day. Like, and wouldn't, like, say nothing. Or would just yell. If he's saying something, he's yelling. Didn't I tell you to? You know, it's very, so for me, the idea of love was very different. My mom was always working, so I felt like I was just alone, like, for a long time. So what I turned to a relationship, right? Got in a relationship young, 7th grade, on the same time. And I did not put these things together, y'all. I promise I didn't put all this stuff together until like I was like 26, 27. I was like, whoa.
Wow.
Because when you try to learn yourself and be a better, when you want to be better, you be like, why am I like this? Like, I have to figure out why I'm like this because I don't want to be like this. I realize that this is not, good or whatever. So in doing that, I realized all these things. So I turned to a relationship young. That brought on a whole bunch of other stuff and created, a whole bunch of, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother other day. But yeah, and I feel like because I got into a relationship so young, I didn't have time to learn who I was as a person.
Wow.
Before I even, went off to school
I can relate
and
with that.
left home, I didn't have, when you get in a relationship young, and so many people told me this, y'all, I promise. But when you're in a relationship young, like you don't have time to really know what you like to do. Because as a woman, we're taught to cater to this guy, no matter how young you are, because that's what you see, especially when you're in a household with two parents.
That's the dynamic. Yeah,
that's what you see. So I'm focusing on this person and not focusing on myself. So I get to school by myself. You're lost. You're lost. Like, who the fuck am I? You start trying to adapt to this person's personality and that person's personality because you don't know who you are. And it took me a while.
I know that's hard,
but I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I'm still. It's a work in progress, but I'm getting there. So that's the my dad. So because he was the way he was, it's like I literally hardened myself. Like, what you mean? Like, even now, me saying I love you it makes me feel weird because I feel like there's so many unresolved issues. Like, I never got apologies for things. I used to have to pay him to take me to work when I was in high school.
Wow.
Like,
your father.
Dang.
I used to be asked to borrow money that I work for, never get paid back. Like, it's so many things. It's so many things. And I in no way want to like bash my father at all. But it's just so many things. So for me, you don't have no feelings. You stuff like that. Try to make me feel as if like I can have an opinion. I've gotten like slapped before. You know what I mean? Like slapped. Like due to me having an opinion or due to me looking a certain type of way or because of ego. Now that I look at it, ego. Girl, I used to get like whoopings. Major whoopings.
From your dad?
From my dad. And I would go to church and he would like brag about it. To like people. I don't like kidding. Stuff like that actually happens. So for me, I feel like that creates hate.
Yeah.
Because
absolutely.
You're like you can discipline all day. But when you start to showboat it to other people, it makes you look, it's like that's different. Like that's not something you should be proud of, and that's not something that you should expose. Exactly. So that's why, for me, that taught me, like, with my kids, I can't punish you when I'm upset. Because I feel like that's abuse for real, because
it is.
You angry at me. You're not trying to discipline me. You're mad at me. So I just went through, so it caused a lot of hate for me to have with my dad. And now that he's older, my dad is like, 74? Like, he's older now. Now he tries to show a lot more love. He sends me texts all the time, I love you, blah, 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 blah. But it's hard for me. It's difficult for me to, fall into that because
of how he was when you were young.
Yeah, so it's just like, so for me, to be honest, I'll be like, so now you want to switch up. So now you want to be nice, huh? So now you want to say you love me, huh? Like, it was times like my dad would not talk to me for like weeks. And I'd be like,
I'm so sorry. That happened to you.
What's going on? Like, what did I, you know what I mean? Like, I would just, and for me as a daddy's girl, that broke my heart. Completely broke my heart. So I literally had to, I had to ignore it. Like, whatever. Like, okay.
You have to adapt and adjust.
Whatever. So I just had to literally forget. Like, I just had to, I had to be numb and, literally, tune, literally completely, tune it out. Tune all of it out and literally become numb to all of it. So now it's just very difficult for me to say I love you. It's difficult for me to really accept certain things, and he still has a lot of things that is you the same old sometimes, and it's just okay.
Have you talked to him about the relationship or how you feel or how he made you feel back in the day?
No.
Or do you think you will? Do you want to rather?
I just feel like
It's in the past.
the older that people get, I feel like it becomes harder for them to like accept certain things and see.
They don't want to believe that that's how they were.
Because girl, have y'all ever talked to y'all parents about stuff that's happened and they be acting like they don't know
like they don't know,
girl.
girl.
Like, wait a minute.
Girl.
I'll be like, did I not live in the same house as you? Did you not raise me? Like, don't be trying to.
So that wasn't me?
Exactly.
You
So
got other kids.
I think,
okay.
and then a lot of times, my dad, because he's still very, because I mean, after you have a stroke and stuff, like he has a lot of like different health issues and stuff, and so I feel like to bring that up and say like he would internalize it and victimize himself almost and make it seem as if like. And it would make me feel bad in turn, and I just don't want to have to deal with those emotions.
Yeah.
I eventually would probably get there, but as of right now, no. Because I just don't, I hate that. Like, if I'm telling you something about how I feel, about something that you've done to me, why are you crying?
Why are you crying?
Oh,
what you crying for?
I hate a victim.
Can you allow me, give me that space. Give me my space. Give me at least 5 minutes to shed my little 3 tears before you decide that you want to go and...
Yeah.
So, I mean, but it's still, it still is what it is. Like, we still, when I see my dad, like, it's decent. Like, it's not like, I hold a grudge or anything like that. But, being honest about, real feelings. Like, that's what it is.
Right. This is a lie.
This
is a lie. Got me all hot.
You hot because you still hung over Cynara.
Right.
That's low key what it is, but we gonna roll with it.
So Cynara, are you a daddy's girl?
I am. I love my dad so much. I've always, me and my brother both, we just wanted his approval. We wanted that pat on the back. Like, good job. I never got that from my dad. It was always why, like, okay, I come home with a 95. What are the other 5 points? He always wanted me to be my best, which I get that. I understand that. Thank you, because it made me tough. But it's hard living with it. I'm trying not to get emotional already. Jesus.
Please don't have us
like
crying
2
early this
sentences.
morning.
It was really, I'm just thinking about, because I remember my relationship with my dad. Like, I can recall events where this is what you did and you hurt me. This is what you did, and I felt like it wasn't enough for you. And so now, okay, let me just start from the beginning. My dad, that I call my dad, is not my biological father. I don't know who that guy is, but this is my dad. I've known him ever since I could start remembering my childhood. This has been my dad. So he's my dad. I have some of his traits. I do things just like him. I'm really kind of cold. I can be cold as hell just like him. And it's not healthy, so I try not to go there a lot. But me and my brother, we like to think of him as the enforcer. He was a figurehead because he always worked. He was never really there. He just worked. If he was at home, he was either asleep or he was yelling at us for something. And when it came to whoopings, like my dad's from New Orleans. He went to a all-boys Catholic school. So when they got disciplined, it was like with a paddle. Some kind of way. Either he stole it from the school, but he had it.
Girl, wow.
Girl, he had it, and that was discipline for us.
Wow.
So my friend, even one time, this was like, maybe I was in middle school or high school, you could hear him whoop us. I didn't know that. When my friends came by one time, we were getting in trouble. Me and my brother, we always got in trouble together. I don't know why. But he could hear us getting a whooping. And they would call our house the pledge house when it's time to...
Oh,
Girl,
wow.
my dad did not play no games. Girl, my dad did not play no games. Like, you do not mess with D-Bird, okay? Like, no. And if it's like one of those things, ask your daddy. Like, your mom ever did that? You try to finesse your parents? Ask your daddy. Girl, no. Me and my brother would not go to my dad because we knew it was a no.
Right,
it's automatic no.
Right.
But he was super into sports. He was super into discipline. Like, if we didn't clean our room, girl, okay, so we're two twin beds. If our room wasn't clean to like the T, because he's in the military, boom. When I say we would come home from school, our beds would be flipped up vertically, everything pulled out in the middle of the floor.
Are you serious?
Girl, no game, and we had to clean up.
It's just because of just his background.
That's just how he was. I don't know.
Wow.
I have no idea, but we got in trouble a lot. All he did was yell. Like, we didn't want to hear that, so it kind of affected me as a girl because you look for love. That's the first place you look for love is in your father. That sets the standard for how you what you accept from a man.
That's very true.
And so from what I got at this point is, yell. It's okay to yell. That means you care. If you yell at me, that means you care about me.
That's real.
If you showing the cold shoulder, I'm going to always be trying to get your acceptance. So I'm like, look, I did this. You accept me yet? Look, are you proud of me? Like, it's hard. And I do that same thing in my relationship. So, because we got, no one wants to hear somebody yelling all the time. So now that I'm older, I don't really answer my dad's phone calls. I don't answer his text back. I'm sorry, Dad. I'm actually going to go see him today, but I haven't seen him since Christmas. It's like we don't have that dynamic. And my mom, she swears I'm a daddy's girl because I just wanted that acceptance. Because if you think about it, I don't know who my biological father was. I don't know why he didn't want me. I don't know why we haven't met yet. I'm 26. I couldn't pick him out. He could be standing right next to me. I wouldn't know. So then when my dad came along and my mom got a divorce with my dad, now I'm like, okay, what am I doing now? Like, what is it? I always thought it was my fault. Like, what is it that I'm doing that no one will stay in my life in that spot?
Oh, so your mom and your stepdad are
they're no longer together.
Okay.
And then they did it at such a horrible time for us, and I blamed them. And I actually had a conversation with my dad. That's why I asked you, have you ever talked to him? Because I sat my dad down and I talked to him about how he hurt me and how I feel about him. And he's trying to make it better, which is it's a progress. Yeah. You can't erase 20-something years of being rude and cold shoulder. Because like when they got a divorce, he was gone. Like,
that's it. Did he lose the relationship with you when they got a divorce? Like when he divorced your mom, did he divorce you?
I kind of feel like he did because I know my mom was going through it, so of course you take your mom's side. Yeah. So we kind of cut him off. But he never really reached out to me. And I kind of felt like, because I wasn't his, that's why. And so that really hurt me. Yeah. So I love my dad, though, because he made me tough. Like, I'm a baby on the inside, but on the outside, I'm a brick wall, and you're not breaking it unless I allow you to come in. Yeah. And that's what I got from him, because you don't. Now, like, I see him smile with my kids. Like, he smiled. I never saw my dad smile. Like, he was not stone face. Like, you look at my dad and you be scared. He scared most of my boyfriends away. Because they were like, I kid you not, my boyfriend, he used to stay 2 houses down from me. And my dad was outside one time, and he was coming to see me. When I say he did the quickest.
Girl. I feel like that's how daddies are supposed to be, though. Like, you're supposed to feel.
Okay, scary, but he's not that scary. But he was. My dad isn't scary. He's a dark-skinned man. He has a hard face. Like, unless he's talking and we laughing about something. But my kids, he's the biggest softball. Like,
that the older they get, I feel like that's when they get.
I think
softer.
so. It starts coming back.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Keep
the same energy you had.
Keep that same energy
10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, so it hurts me because I love my dad so much, and I just feel like it's resistance. So
on whose end?
On his. In the beginning, but now it's resistance on my end because I'm like, I'm not open to that no more. Yeah, you close that door, let's leave it closed, and let's just move on.
Yeah, I can't let you in.
I can't let you in because you already done hurt me on the outside. Now you about to hurt me. You're not supposed to hurt me.
But see, it's so deep because it's just like you lost trust with the only man that you did trust. So now your trust with other guys is probably
it's out the window.
Yeah,
you can act, girl. I got mad trust issues.
Yeah, like, definitely. I'm like that, girl. But I'm like that when it comes to just like people like keeping their word, or and I feel like it's affected me with keeping mine because I feel like your parents set the tone of what you think is important, like what you prioritize in your life. And if you don't see an example of somebody being dependable and keeping their word and being responsible, like where the hell you gonna learn from?
Yeah,
you gonna have to learn it when you go through life.
Yeah,
the life is gonna teach you that. But so I find myself like questioning things that people do, like even my relationship. I be like, how I know you don't do that?
It just messed me up.
And I'll just go do it. I'm like, how I know? How can I believe?
Are you
sure?
You are you sure? How you know? Yeah, that's me. Girl.
So I just be like, and my boyfriend always be like, but you just told me, you asked me to do it. Why you do it? Because that's what I see. I seen somebody ask a man, can you please do this, and them not doing it. And doing it when they not doing it. So me, I'm like, okay, I know what I gotta do. But I don't have to. Because my man will do it. But I have to trust that he will. Ooh, but the reason why is because...
But you can't trust
because I didn't trust... I don't...
Right.
I even trust him. If I tell y'all...
Say it louder. Let the people know.
It's like, but it's hard to say. Like, I don't trust my dad. Like, I don't. That's difficult to say. Like, I've never said that before, and it's heartbreaking to say because I don't ever want. That's my dad, and I don't ever want. I feel like when it comes down to like family, it's like that's mine. So, you know, that's my blood. So I don't want to say it, and motherfuckers think. I mean, excuse me, and people think that, you know. I don't like that because I feel like once you open the door to, I don't know. I just don't want to say it, but I don't.
I feel what you're saying. My thing is, you know, at the end of the day, that's family. It's so real. You ain't gonna say nothing about my dad.
Yeah,
right. I'm gonna still go to war,
exactly.
But that issue remains.
Yeah,
right.
You gotta be real about it. Yeah,
because that's how it was growing up. Now that I think about it, like my mom did everything.
Me too.
Everything. My dad like kind of came in. Sometimes kind of didn't.
Little sprinkle.
Sprinkle they little brown sugar and then up the dip.
My dad was there for the whooping and for the yelling. That was it.
I can agree 100% with you. My
whooping and when it came to discipline, that's it. That's it. My dad never took me like on a date. Like this is how a man should treat you.
Nope, and no.
He didn't give me none of the game, and it made me sad because now it affects me.
It affects
in my relationship. I do everything.
Never got it. My mom got me Valentine's Day gift, baby. When I was in school.
Yeah, my mom did. Yeah, mom. Shout out.
My dad ain't never like.
Never.
Wow.
He kind of does.
He was like, "That's enough for me, dog."
Yeah,
every single year, that's enough for me, dog. I ain't doing that shit.
Yeah, I don't think he.
That's tough.
But now you want to be.
It's so important.
My relationship
with Chloe.
Yeah. This is deep.
Moving on.
My relationship with my father is totally different. It's very. I wouldn't even know the type of word to describe the relationship between me and my dad. I think maybe surfaced, starting from the beginning. My dad wasn't around the first 10 years of life for reasons that I'm not even going to go into, but he wasn't there. And just me and my mom. If you know me and my mom, that's my rider. Wherever you see me.
Mama Chloe.
Yeah, Mama Chloe. Wherever you see me, you see my mama. That is my rider. That is my best friend. My dad came back into my life when I was about 10 years old. And when he came back, you would think that he would pick up from lost times. Like, you would think that he would be like, okay, give me Chloe. Chloe. Like, all right, mama, you had her. Like, give me Chloe.
Wouldn't that be...
Yeah, it sounds good.
Right.
It sounds good.
Right.
But, no. When my dad came back, he was, he worked. Until this day, he works. He works 2 jobs. And I never see my dad during the week because he's always at work. And even on the weekends, he's always at work. And I'm using air quotes. I know he's at work most of the time, but other times he's just out. He's out and about. Whether he's going to gamble, you know, with football. He's not a gambler, but he gambles, you know, football bets and stuff. Or he's just out. Like, he won't tell me or my mom where he's going. Like, we would have to call him and look for him. And it's just like, dang, you couldn't even hit up even right now. It's just like, you can't even hit up my mom, your wife, and tell her, like, where you at, where you going. And so it's been really hard for me just because I don't know what it feels like to be loved by a man. I know my dad loves me conditionally. Like, my parents are still together. They've been together for almost 30 years. They were high school sweethearts. So, I know everything from a woman's perspective, if that makes sense. I think that's
what we all are.
Yeah, I know how to love like a woman is supposed to love traditionally. My mom was the type of mom where my dad was gone for 10 years. She ain't go nowhere. I've never seen another man in the house. My mom has never cheated in anything. Like, my mom is faithful to the team. That rider. She's an old school lover. She's a rider.
She held him down.
Yeah, and my mom is very she's very organic. She's such an angel. She's so selfless. And so that's all I know. All I know is how to be selfless. And that's why last episode when y'all asked me what my word was and I said love, because that's all I know. That's what I learned from my mom.
That's
it's
amazing.
Just all I know is love, really. So I never know my dad not really knowing who my father is because we don't really talk much. With me not seeing him, I also really don't speak to him a lot. Yeah. So learning about relationships and the opposite sex, I'm figuring that out from myself or from my mother, who would give me advice and be like, girl, don't even worry about these men. Like, the stuff that my dad has put her through is just like, don't even think about marriage. Like, don't even think about these men because they ain't nothing but a headache.
Ooh,
so with me, who wants to love so much because I am love, it's just kind of like with the relationships keep failing. It's just like, one, is she right? And two, I noticed that I start. They always say you find a man like your father when you don't even try. Like you always find a man like your father.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, and every man that I date, I find myself like finding someone in some capacity like my father. And it just makes me wonder, like, why? Like, I don't even talk to this man that much to even find a man like him.
I have a comment about that.
But, you know, it's been difficult. I know it's a lot of issues that I need to talk. And it's funny that when you ask Lauren, Cynara, like, have you talked to your father about it? And when you asked that, and I thought to myself, like, but how do you talk? Aren't you supposed to be the one that brings up that type of conversation? Or is your father supposed, like, we're all adults here, but it's just like, you're the adult in this. And I figured, like, when my dad came back in my life when I was 10, but even when I came to like 15 or 18, it's just like, why did you never sit down and talk to me? Like, one, the reasons, like, what happened when you did leave. And two, just put me on stuff. You know, when it comes to like relationships and stuff, it's just like, I'll never forget. The one advice that my father ever gave me about men was just like, kid y'all not, I was on the couch crying over a guy I really cared about. It was a situation I cared about. We broke up. I was sitting on the couch crying, and my dad was just like, well, your mama told me that you and so-and-so broke up. And he was just like, well, if he calls, that means he cared. That's it.
What?
That is it. That is the only advice my dad gave me.
Well,
the dude never called, so I guess he was right. But it's just kind of like, Dad, I want you to sit down and be like, look,
you are everything.
Yes. Tell me, you are a queen. What you encompass is nothing that this man can ever
have.
Exactly. Like, you know, and it's just, I miss that. And not even those men conversations, but just real life conversations. Like, I know my daddy has been through some shit. So it's just like, even just hearing what you have gone through is enough to make me want to either do better, be better, or just project better for others. And so it's the relationship with my father is, am I a daddy's girl? No, to the least bit. I'm very much a mama's girl. And do I want to be a daddy's girl? Hell yeah. What girl wouldn't? You know, it's just like, what girl wouldn't want a relationship?
Ain't nobody gonna treat you like a daddy.
No.
Yo, when I see pictures, y'all, when I see pictures of girls with their dads, like Lori Harvey and Steve Harvey,
right.
I just be like, how do you do that? Like, how is it that you can sit in with your dad and y'all could talk, like,
girl
really
talk.
It looked like y'all really love each other. Like,
like
with me and y'all really like that's awkward for me.
Yeah.
And no matter, people could probably look and be like, I don't look awkward. It's awkward for me. I have to really put on.
I think my dad tried that maybe once or twice, but it was so awkward, so he was just, he did that.
Yeah. I think, honestly, truly, I be feeling like my dad be like, I need to go ahead and just be nice so that she won't put me in a nursing home. Or like that she
really?
For real, like that she can need somebody to take care of me. Even I'm like my mom, like, she feisty, so she be, you know, she like, I'm not, what you talking about? Like, I'm still here, okay? I'm still living and breathing, so I'm gonna still be doing. So she be on the move a lot.
Right.
And so my dad, like, I just be feeling like, you know.
Yeah.
I was joking about the nursing home thing, guys.
No, my mom.
I encourage y'all to talk to your dad, whether it's a letter or whether you have to sit down and brainstorm, pinpoint topics that you need answers and closures on. Because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't talk to my dad until last year. Legit. I was in California traffic, so that meant it's gonna take me an hour to get home. I didn't talk to my dad in a couple months. Like, we go months without talking to each other. I called him up and I was like, you know what, let's just go ahead and do it. Rip the Band-Aid off. So I had to tell him, you know, this affected me. Because you did this to my mom, I'm accepting that from someone else. Because that's what I saw, that's what I know. You made that seem like it's okay. It's okay for me to accept this because my mom didn't leave you. So who am I to get out of my situation because they did something that you did?
How did you get to a point to where you feel like that was your responsibility? Because this is where I messed up with it. I just kind of feel like, as my father, that's not my responsibility to be like, Dad, I'm this way because of this. Because first and foremost, we shouldn't even be having this type of conversation.
From the jump.
You know, I should be a well-rounded individual because of you. So who am I? Why is it my responsibility to be like, Dad, can we meet up or can we sit down and talk about this because I'm going through this because of you? Is it right thing to do? Hell yeah, because it's going to make me better. But I feel like as my father, it is your job to come to me and be like, baby girl, I see that you're going through this, or I see that you're like this. Let me tell you, let me put you on.
But he doesn't know because you're not open to him.
He doesn't
know. But here's the thing. Where I've come with it is that you have to accept the fact. You have to accept who your fathers are. Yeah. I had to accept who my dad is. He's, at the end of the day, he's a human. He's a person. Outside of being my father, he's a man. He's a person. He's a man. So they have, you know, not men in general, but everybody has flaws. So I just kind of take it as, I look at it as like, if anything, if I do talk, it will be for me.
Yeah.
I
Mom was absolutely for me.
Yeah. I can't depend on you to do it. Okay. I'm not going
I couldn't depend on you this far.
Exactly. So I'm okay. Like, I will have to do that for me, and just if I feel like if I really feel like that will help me, and if I feel like it's causing me not to get further, and I feel like before I get married, I probably will have to.
You have to. And let me just tell y'all how it came about, because it wasn't just like, Daddy, can we talk? No. Like I said, I ignore my dad because I don't want to talk to you. What are we talking about now? You don't want to talk to me back then. What you trying to hit me up for now? Bye. Like, I'm a grown ass woman. I'm taking care of my family. I'm doing this. But what happened? My dad, he was sending these slick ass text messages to me. Like, oh, do I owe you money? Because you ain't talk, you avoiding me. You don't want to talk to me because I owe you something? Or like, he was sending like stuff like that. Like, I ain't talked to you in forever. I'm like, okay.
That's tough.
But he kept saying it, so it was he wanted to know why. He's like, you're not texting me, you're not hitting me up, and he would bother me. He was becoming a gnat. And I was like, look, this is why I don't want to talk to you, because I'm hurt.
I can't tell my dad that.
But see, I had to find, that was myself, because I used to be scared of my dad. Like, we were scared of him. And then I realized, I was like, wait, I'm grown. I pay my own bills. I got my whole damn family. We're going to talk about this, and I'm not going to spare your feelings.
Yeah. I just don't want to hurt mine. My thing is, I don't want to hurt
It has to come out of love.
Because I know, but see, my dad, he don't.
You don't know that?
Funny enough, as old as he is, he don't see that. He don't see, like, I'm telling you about yourself out of love. I'm positively criticizing you out of love. He will literally take that and be like, you don't love me no more.
Maybe I'll pray about it.
And you be like,
wait a minute.
You got some other issues going on.
Yeah, wait a minute.
We have a lot of other stuff going on. So I feel like I have to take that into, I shouldn't have to. Yeah. Because that's me not putting myself first. But I do. And I just kind of accept him for who he is and try to love him past all of that. Try to. But like I said, I feel like I'm going to have to talk.
So let me ask you this real quick. How's your relationship with your dad affecting your relationship with me? Because me, let me just say this before I forget again, because I done forgot 3 times since we've been talking about it. I feel like your relationship with your father is the blueprint to what you accept from someone.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's very true.
It teaches you what's acceptable, how he's supposed to treat you. You know, but I didn't get that.
Yeah.
I mean, men holding the door open, I got that from seeing it on TV. Pulling out my seat, I got that from the TV. My dad did not treat my mom. They were like partners. They weren't really married. And now I just asked my mom. I was like, y'all were married, I think, 13 years. She said she was happy for 1.
Damn. I could never.
Girl, I'm not doing that shit. Right. 13 years? Girl, I'm not doing that shit. Because it shocked. It caught me off guard. I'm like, so you telling me you was with a man for 13 years.
And was only happy for 1? Girl, that's what I'm
saying
about.
Which year? Was it
these older generations of women, like, no, to like low-key piggyback on what you just said, girl, and my job, like, these ladies we're talking about, these are ladies in their 40s, right? They're clients, and they were just talking about how they're still dating, and how, like, this one lady, she was like, yeah, I had to, because they were talking about, like, a refined, like, street dude. Mind you, they're 40. They're in their 40s. Refined.
A hood nigga.
What? I was like, wait. In my head, I was like, what? So then she was like, yeah. And so somebody was like, hey, those are the best ones. The refined street niggas.
Can you please elaborate on a refined street dude?
A refined street dude would be like an old head, like somebody who used to be out in the streets. He probably used to move some shit, or used to just be doing shit in the streets. You know, just maybe he had a name for himself in the streets. He used to. Look, he used to be a fucking criminal. That's what he was a criminal that got his life together. Criminal, and he turned his life around, or not. And now he just got soldiers. Hello. And he
got soldiers.
Come
on with that street talk. You know I got that stick talk.
No. Yeah. I don't know about that. I'm just joking. But no. But like, yeah. So maybe that's how I took it. You know, just like a refined street, just like a what they call it, a college thug. Yeah. Educated thug. You know, you had a hard knock life. But you turned your life around, you went to college. Look at you.
Why are so many women attracted to those type of men though?
Y'all, these women were like 42, 43. And this lady was like,
social media.
She was like, I just had to let mine go. 20 years. I said, girl, shut your entire mouth. 20 so. You're telling me
20 years, baby.
You telling me that you dated a refined street nigga who what? No, when you dated him, he was a street nigga.
He was street.
So he was in his 20s. He was refined yesterday. He refined last night. No, but after 20 years, you gonna let? And she was like, yeah, girl. She was like, cause you can't be letting these men just treat you any type of way. You know, and he was a good provider. You know, old school women provide. He a good provider. You know, that's all they care about. No, for real, they do. That's their first word. He provide. She was like, he was a good provider. Anything I want, but he don't know how to respect me. I gotta go. And I got a daughter. I can't have her seeing that. Yeah. But my thoughts, I said, might as well know why it took you 20 years. You know how much time you
going back and forth for
20 years? Man, hey. I'm pretty sure after the second day, you knew this nigga was disrespectful as hell. Yeah. And you decided to stick around for 20 years.
Because he was a provider.
She's beautiful, but she's 42. You feel me? That isn't to say that you can't find love at 42, but I'm saying like all that, like, and I feel like that probably has something to do with her dad.
It all boils down to
the blueprint. It sets the standard for you. Her dad was probably a street nigga.
I'm gonna answer your question. So with me, I'm the same way. Excepting my dad and my mom, literally, like, you know how you be like, you know how you see couples and you be like, oh, they love each other. Yeah. Like 50 years, like, look, they can't keep their hands off each other. My parents, you be like,
yeah.
Girl, y'all like each other. Wait, the jig is up. No, seriously. Where's the camera crew? Because y'all, this is a game. Y'all do not like each other. Like,
Lauren, I really did not think he was going there.
Yeah, I knew she was.
I didn't. I thought, you know how you see people loving each other? That's my parents. No, that's what I thought you was about to say.
That is not him. Girl, you be like, wait. So in my growing up, it was a lot of like bickering, like
yeah, that's me.
Slamming doors, the windows shaking, type shit. Yeah, like, yelling. Like I've never, ever seen people sit down and have a conversation about any issue that they have. I've only seen going off, yelling, leaving, flying off the hinges, whatever. Like if you don't know, like that's the only thing I've ever seen. And for the most part, a lot of times I saw my mom like being yelled at.
Yeah.
That isn't to say that my queen don't have a voice, because she does.
Right.
However, most of the time with a man like my dad, it's like it's like a lot. It's like a beast of I don't know.
Yeah.
I wish I knew one of them cities from Game of Thrones. So it was like a beast from there. Just
for real.
Like, girl, and it's just kind of like, whoa. My dad, and that's why I learned a lot of my dad's very like slick with the mouth. Like he'll say whatever. Like he's very like get to you. Like I'm like no. Like I'm about to hurt you, but he will always be like he didn't mean it. And I'm like that now. Like in my relationship,
you go for the red. You see red,
and not even trying. I go for like not even trying. I just be like, because that's what I've seen. I've seen, and I think
it's a battle.
And I think it's out of love. But being in a relationship with somebody who does not see love that way and did not see that being raised, he's like, yo, no, that's not. No, that's not love. I don't feel love like that. That's like, awesome. Please don't talk to me like that. Like, that's weird. Like, that's hurtful. Like, cut it out. Like, what are you doing? Like, because me, I be like, whatever, and I don't feel no type of way about it. I'm not like stone cold feeling like that about it. Like, and it's even in my friendships, like I could say something and be like, bitch, I'm not.
And they call you the next day, like,
yeah, but not like nothing disrespectful, super hurtful. But I'm just very honest, and I feel like I can be very direct with the people I love, because I feel like love is like, that's what love is. Like, if I can't be honest with nobody else, I should be able to be honest with you. But I realize that, you know,
I really don't need.
Sometimes it's very hurtful, and I fall off the hinges and I say things I don't mean, and I get that from my dad. Damn. That's what I get it from, and so now I really consciously have to be very intentional about how I express myself to my boyfriend when I'm upset. Like, I have to, like this. That's why when I said my goal was to be centered and to be like balanced, because I feel like that helps with like anger and emotions and stuff like that. Like, yeah. I fell back on it yesterday.
You know what?
But I'm trying.
Your progress, work in progress.
I'm trying, but yeah, like, so I feel like that's what has affected me with my dad, like that, and like when I was dating, accepting shit, like accepting the way that people treat me. Like, I used to tell you, my dad used to not talk to me for weeks. So if a nigga don't talk to me for weeks, bitch, what you think I'm doing? Yeah. Still texting that ass though, trying to
yeah.
Because
I love you.
You see what I'm saying? Because I saw a man not talk to me for weeks and then talk to me when he feel like it. So what the fuck think I'm gonna accept? Like, my dad did it, so what else is there for me to go off of? Like, there's nothing else. And if I see my mom being yelled at and she's always being submissive and always like then of course, like, when I'm be like, oh, well, I guess this is how it's supposed to go. Subconsciously I am. But girl, as time has gone on and I've read and like learned certain things and really like learned myself, it's like it's what you like, you know. And once you realize, like, once you pinpoint that the reason why I am, that is the most important thing, I think, in
taking
your
accountability.
20s, bruh. Once you like pinpoint shit that you do not like and search within your life to figure out where the fuck that shit came from, that is the most powerful thing, because it's like, oh, this shit.
No,
when I know why, so I could change it now. Like, I could be done with, like, okay, like, no.
When you recognize that means no one no longer has control over you. Even your father.
Even your parents. Yeah. Break the chain, break the cycle.
Yeah.
So that is, it's like, now that I know that, like, I definitely have worked on that, because now I know in my character, what is it that I need to work on to build that part of me up, so where I won't, because my biggest thing, and I hate to say it, is like, I don't want to be like my parents.
Well, I do not want to be like my parents.
I refuse.
I tell my husband all the time, I'm like, I've seen that story. I already seen how that played out. Man. We ain't doing that. And if it get anything like that, I'm out.
Yeah, I refuse to marry a man like my father. And it sucks because
it's sad to say that.
It is. It's
so
hurtful.
sad.
Because I hear girls say, I want somebody just like my father.
Look at Beyonce. Like my daddy.
I
got daddy, didn't she?
Hello.
Okay.
She respects her father. Now,
I respect my father.
And I respect my dad.
This is not a bash dad.
Yeah, my dad is the funniest guy in the world. He's so funny.
Yeah.
He's so funny. And you know, it's sad because my father, one thing about it, I feel like my parents were never meant to like marry. Now, I do think they're really good best friends. Like, when they do talk and when they are getting along, it's cute. And it's cute. But the thing is, because it's so funny, my dad has health issues too. He has really bad asthma. And so when it gets, when the weather trips in Houston, like it's been doing this year,
super bipolar.
Jesus, his asthma flares up really bad. And when he gets really sick, the first person he crying and calling to is Cynthia. Aww. So it's just like, I see their love. I see that it's there. Now, do I think that they were supposed to get married? No. Do I think they were supposed to be best friends? Maybe? Yes. And it's so funny because I ran across a quote that said, you know, it's like, y'all do realize when people were older, like getting married was like you had to get married for finances. Like it made sense financially.
Provider.
Now, in these days, it's like, y'all do know y'all could get married because you genuinely love this person.
No, because I want to be around you every day.
Hello.
I don't want to be around anybody else.
I genuinely like
you. You know, my parents dated for 9 months before they got married.
Oh, wow.
I'll be damned if I date 9. But no. No, ma'am.
My aunt did the same thing, but she said
that may be another episode. But I believe that it takes time to really.
Oh yeah, you gotta
help
help somebody. Oh yeah.
And I don't feel like putting that pressure, that marriage pressure, isn't helpful. It doesn't help.
Oh yeah, no.
In getting to know the person, because that person can easily continue to show you their representative, just so they can continue to be on the way they end with this whole marriage thing. Mm-hmm. I don't believe that's too short of a time. Like what?
I think that's
the newlywed phase, because once you start knowing someone, they start taking away the front.
Yeah,
and then they start showing you who they really are.
And I want to know you completely.
I only think that makes sense when you're older to be
85.
No,
because you need
85 and 100.
My aunt, she's in her upper 30s, and she knew her husband for about 9 months before they got married. But she's like 35, 36.
So
I feel like you know yourself.
When you know
that's
yourself,
what it is. When you know yourself, you can meet someone and be like, I know this is exactly
and
what I want.
And you dated, you know what type of man you want. You can filter. I was just talking yesterday about that. Like, yo, after a while, dating is so amazing, because I was trying to tell somebody like how dating is like, you should really enjoy it, because it's bomb. Like you're like, okay, I know. After you have gone through these idiots, that you were green to, bitch, you lit. Like you got all the power. You like, I know what type of nigga you are. Okay, let's see if I want to play with you or not. If I do or if I don't. And if I do, it's about to be fun as hell. And I'm
period.
I don't know about that.
Period. No, it's true. Dating, once you dated enough, and like once you realize like what you want and what you don't want, the minute that you meet someone, you already know what box to put them in. Exactly. It's like either I want to entertain it or not. And if I want to entertain it, I'll entertain it. If I don't, then bye. It's so magnificent. No, this right. Off topic.
It is off topic. It's how you can just let people just, oh, I know. Go ahead.
Yeah. Laugh at it. I already know how to go.
I was like, just sit there and let them talk about it. That's what I used to do. It's not about me.
Get your free meal in.
But enough about me. When they leave, they be like, she know everything about me. I don't know shit about her. You damn right, I got all the power. Free game. Free game.
But no, seriously, I do agree with you, Cynara. Going back to your main point, though, I think it is important that me and Lo have a conversation with our fathers just about that. I just kind of...
It don't have to be now. It don't have to be
this
year.
Of course. I agree with Lo. It needs to be some time before you get married. But at the same time, it's just like, I'm just mad that as my father, and I'm the only child, too. So it's even more, it's just kind of like, I'm all you got as far as your little girl. So... the protection, the love, not saying that my dad doesn't love. I know my dad will take a bullet. Yeah, but it's just kind of like, you would think that as a father, that you would be the first person. You should have been the first man that I loved unconditionally. Like, oh, my dad does this. And if you ain't doing that,
exactly.
Set the tone. Fathers.
That hurt my feelings so much that I can't, like, what? My daddy and...
He take me on weekly dates.
No. See, what I can say is, my daddy made me tough, so I'm not taking up shit. Cause he was mean to me, I built up that wall.
But see,
so you're not about to.
That's
break
one thing that your dad taught you.
My dad. I could say, no, I'm not gonna say that. I could say my dad used to tell me not to, like, with the whole crying aspect. Like, he used to really be hard on that. Like, so I feel like it slightly fucked me up, because I wouldn't cry at, like, funerals, and like I would cry on my pillow and shit, like, as a kid, as opposed to crying. I didn't feel like I could express myself.
I would never.
So, because I would get in trouble if I cried out. He would tell me I have to be strong for other people. But I'm not. Like, what do you mean? Can I cry? Like, Jesus. But no, like, I mean, I feel you. Like, I agree 100% that, you know, I should talk to him. I don't know. I guess I could say what I learned from my dad, because we wanted to say that, right? About what we learned.
Yeah, what did he teach you? As we wrap it up, like, what did you learn from your dad?
I think the biggest thing that I learned is that happiness is a choice. Because
you can't let that dictate
you can't allow your situation to dictate your life.
I'm glad you got that.
Because it will keep you stuck.
You'll be stuck in that same
And
place.
I find myself there are certain areas in my life to where, I had to really unravel. Like, you can't spiral. You need to come on, like, because you know that's in you, like, because that's what you've seen your dad do that. So I think it's just like, keep pushing, and that's the one thing I can't say. No, I can say something that I'm excited. My dad is a soldier. That's one thing I can say. He a trooper because he fought for his life when he had this stroke, and he's been fighting ever since. Like no matter how much he complains and the things, he's still fighting and he still tries every day. Like I'll talk to him, he'd be like, yeah, I was in the Word and the Lord just keep talking to me. And he's just making me into a better person. Yeah. So he's trying, like he's progressing, even though at his age, like I love the fact that you're still trying to, you finally understand that you need to work on yourself.
He's going
and
through
it's never
God,
too late. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. If he's going through God, he's going to have that conversation.
Exactly.
He's going to have that conversation.
I hope so.
He's going to, because he's in the Word.
Yeah.
Something God, because it's bothering you.
Yeah.
God's going to reflect him to you.
Yeah.
To solve an issue.
I just pray that he just remains focused. Just like me, I'm always praying for focus. But that's the thing I learned, just like you can't let your situation dictate your personality or your life. Just live your life, even if you have to live it moment by moment, like we said the last episode. Mm-hmm. Do that, but always have some type of joy in your life. Be positive because you're alive. Period. You are somebody. Like you have a lot to offer. So that's what I learned, is being determined, because I saw him. Not so much.
Yeah. What about you?
Ooh,
what did he teach you? Bro?
One thing my dad taught me, and it's gonna sound bad, but it's good. My dad taught me that men are selfish. I'm gonna say that to say that men are selfish to me. Like they're very stuck in their ways. They're very stuck in who they are. I actually commend men for that.
Right.
But I say that to say, like, find a man that's selfish of you. Like find a man that's selfish over you. Like, find a man that's selfish and all about you.
Because we know they got the quality.
They have the
quality.
Have the
goddamn quality.
There is a man out there. My dad.
Men are selfish.
Men are very selfish, and men. My dad works, and so that's one thing that my dad has taught me too. Is just that ain't no such thing as a sleeping man, in my opinion. Ooh. You go out and you get it. That's money. My dad works a 9 to 5 and turns around and does another side job from 2 a.m. to 5 to go to sleep for an hour and go back to his main job. So to me, if you working like 2-3 times a week, or if you just like, you ain't in it, it's not attractive to me. Because I just kind of feel like
I love a man that get it out the word. Get it out the word.
A man works.
Man.
So it's
provider.
That motivates me.
A provider.
So maybe we are looking for a provider.
So yeah. So it's
I love that hustle, baby.
Yeah,
that's gonna make me hustle.
Right.
Man, it motivates me. Hustle, baby.
Let me shout out Beyonce because focus on your focus. I can feed you.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. It's
hustle.
I was gonna say, I'm writing this quote down. Hustle, baby, because that's gonna make me hustle. Y'all, I literally write down my quotes.
She does.
I got a notepad. What?
No.
Captions for pictures.
That's dope. It is so organic, and I just love it. But I was gonna say this. I was talking to a girl who also has issues with her. She has issues with her dad. Like,
damn. Wait, time out real quick. I wish, cause I thought you had a better relationship with your father,
girl.
But now I feel like we all just have bad relationships with our
fathers. I wouldn't call them bad relationships.
But it wasn't positive like we wanted to be. I wish you had a voice of somebody, because I want to know.
What? You know what? That voice is gonna be one of y'all.
Yeah.
One of our brown sugar babies that's listening. Like if y'all, even if y'all have advice,
I want to know.
And if you have a positive relationship with your dad, if you could shed some light to us on how, or if you didn't and now you do, and based on whatever conversations you had, if you could just shed light on how you did that in the process. It took to get that. We would love to hear your feedback. Because this is like really real for us, Every girl, like we want to be daddy's girls. We want to have good relationships with our father, and it's important. So if you have any, suggestions, please share your story.
Relationship with your father.
Email us or slide in our DMs. But what I wanted to say was that she was telling me, she was like, I want to treat my dad right because I want him to remember me for that. Mm-hmm. I want him to remember me as a good person.
Yeah.
I don't want him to remember me as a bad person or as a vindictive person or, whatever. Yeah. Like, I want him to remember me for being a good person. So she really was just saying, like, she does it for herself. And, that relationship with her dad, I was like, oh, girl. Like, on some, like, I'm stuck on the side of the road, my car broke down, and you won't come get me. you won't let me use my mother's car.
Oh, wow.
And she's out of town. And you, like, fend for yourself. Like, on some, like, I'm in the living room watching TV and you come in and just turn it.
Turn the channel.
I just don't understand how that happens. Like
that. Like, you're that. And then my thing is, like, why? And I feel like, really and truly, parents be wrapped up in themselves sometimes. Like, and when we're younger, girl, they feel like they could just sit in front of a TV or sit wherever and just, they be about themselves. So I just feel like that's what it be about. And then when they get older and stuff stop working,
they need you.
So now you need me. No, I can't be like that. But yeah, so I just wanted to, But just to go back, y'all, seriously, like, if y'all ever have any type of anything, comments, suggestions, advice, like, pass that here, because we're all on a journey trying to live our best lives, y'all. That's the whole purpose. Like, we're trying to be better people, and and I'm pretty sure we will hope that people who listen trying to be better people.
Trying to be better, you're not just trying
even
to
if you're not and you think you're the best, go ahead, girl. No. But we're just trying to be better people. So advice from others, we don't know everything. We don't know. I don't think I know this sometimes, but I think I know some things, but I'm still learning, you know? And so I would love to hear from people, because I need that in that area for real, because I really don't know. I don't know how to, because like I said, I would hate for my dad to internalize that and make it seem like, and get sad about it. And I don't.
And you was worried about us like having a positive. I have maybe one or two friends that may have a positive relationship with their dad. Most of my friends don't. Me neither. Most of them don't.
So saying that to say this.
And we are black.
Shut up.
We'll talk about that later. Being black in America.
No, I'm talking
black.
Men. Fathers.
Yeah.
No, and seriously, imagine, this is like you, Chloe.
Yeah.
You felt like you was in a single family household with your daddy, didn't you?
Yeah.
Me too.
I still do.
Me too.
But you know what? One episode, I don't know when this is going to come in, but maybe we'll bring in single black fathers or just dads in general.
I know a perfect one. I know the perfect one.
And we'll have that conversation with them on how they are with their children or how they're trying to be. And that could shed some light on some things.
One. I know the perfect person.
We'll get to it.
I'm going to reach out to him today. But what I was saying is, fathers, if you're listening, or if you know a father who has, our age, because I try to tell my husband all the time, this is an important time because we have children. If you have children, especially daughters, love your daughters.
Yeah.
Unconditionally.
Don't love your daughters and love your daughters' mothers, because how you treat your daughter's mother is going to reflect on how they let a man treat them.
Absolutely.
So love your kids.
Yeah.
Love your kids.
Love your kids. They didn't
Show them.
Show them. Lauren. They didn't, and I tell this to people all the time, especially all my male friends with kids who are like just so like not present sometimes, or just be complaining to their baby mamas about stuff. And I just be like, these kids didn't ask to be here. We didn't ask for none of this. So the least that you can do is give us your best. Just give me your best. Just give me your best.
And even if you give me half of your best.
As long as I know you're trying and putting in effort to be like, I ain't got it all, but this is what I got. And it's very important, just because it does, like Cynara's been saying the whole time, it sets the tone of how your children are going to be, how they're going to accept relationships, how they're going to accept friends, jobs, careers, bosses. Like, that type of communication is important for when you're talking to a boss too. Most of us will have male bosses. So even just learning how to approach a male counterpart is so important to learn from your father.
Because a lot of times, if you, like,
because we way over.
I know we are, but I was just gonna say, like, it's like, because I know, like, with my dad, it was a lot of like, you don't have an opinion type shit. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you ain't got no, like, what you mean? You ain't got no feelings.
Right.
I hate people say that. So I feel like for me, being in working in jobs and having, male bosses, it make you feel like you have to be submissive, or you can't you can't really be a woman in corporate America. You can't really be in business, like, step up. You have to be like subtle, like, I don't have an opinion, and I had to work through that too, like, just really just stepping up and speaking up for myself, because my father would tell me that I didn't have an opinion. I don't think parents realize, like, we really be like, We're like molecules when we come. Like, we don't have no type of nothing, no insight, no thoughts, no nothing. Everything,
like
you put it into us,
right? We look into
so,
y'all, and if we
right.
don't get it from y'all, we're gonna get it from a horrible source.
Horrible, and we're gonna go through a whole cycle of life because people like, oh, we thought they was right. Oh, let me try this one. Let me try what they think. Let me try their way of thinking. Oh, let me try theirs until we fucking find it, and it's ridiculous. Stop it. If you are, no, seriously, no, I really, like, for real. If you're a single mother, a single father, if you stop it. Like, y'all need, like, be focused.
Be your best self.
Be your best self and focus for your kids. Like, I'm not a parent, so I don't know. I don't know all the hardships that parents face.
It's
Cynara
hard.
is a parent.
It's hard.
But at the end of the day, I feel like it's not. See it. But I feel like it's hard to make your kids a priority, though.
Yeah.
That's
not
hard.
Now let me, because I am a parent.
Come on, please.
We struggle.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have to show your kids that you struggle.
Amen. My mama never showed me that. Never.
My kids don't know. My kids don't know nothing.
My mama tell me just always some shit. She was like, well, we don't, this life is a lot. She would do that.
That's my mom. We can't afford that. You can't do that because we don't have money for that. Do you understand?
This water about to get cut off. What you talking about?
Yeah, we ain't got lights. You walk in the house, ain't no lights. I'm flipping on the switch. Mom.
What? We're taking baths with big old jugs of water. Lord! Jesus, thank you for bringing me through.
But it's not even that. It's how you handle it with your children. Yeah. My kids don't know. My kids think we rich. Girl, like, I swear to God, my kids think we are rich. Not because I buy them everything, but just because they kind of I don't let them see our struggle. So when I say, I finally told them one day, we can't do that right now because I don't have money to do that. And this is what she said. Right? No, she was like, well, you can just go to the bank and get some more money. Right. That's what they see. That's what they see. We go to the bank. And when we come out, we got money.
That's when you pull out the line. Money don't grow on trees.
Right. Go get a job.
This is what I tell them. You have to work. Because my kids do chores. My kids get money for grades.
Amen.
Hey, and that's another. Amen.
Yeah. Amen.
Realize that your kids are not going to clean and they're not going to get good grades unless you enforce it into them.
Enforce it. And then I'm not saying that just to brag about parenting. It's just me thinking about, this is how I feel like my kids are. It's going to sound real weird. Yeah. I feel like my kids is like a new computer. Brand new computer. I'm the USB that installs that software into them. And I have to update. Constantly update.
Hello, come on, iOS.
That's what I'm saying. So I have to take
it.
I have to take it because my kids really just think like,
yeah.
I'm like, no, listen, I gotta show you the process. You work, you get money.
But Cynara, you wouldn't. You understand this? It's people who don't do that.
You don't do that.
There are people out here who have kids for tax credits.
Oh yeah.
Have kids just see what they look like.
And just to see what they look like.
What they gonna look like and dress them up like dogs.
You know.
Or to keep them in.
You know. And I would just hope that please don't
do that.
If you look, just like the Lord say, you know how when you come to Jesus, I give it, Lord, I surrender. Surrender your ghetto activities. Surrender depending on the government. With your kids, like, invest in your kids. That's yours, man. Like, it's just like anything you have is yours. That's a life. And it's not a pair of shoes. It's not a belt that you can just throw away and buy again. Like, no.
Yeah.
You can create a monster.
Yeah.
You can create a whole terrorist.
Some like kids.
I don't be understand. Like, do y'all not understand? Like,
you can create a serial killer.
Think about these people who go into these churches and kill people, and they had parents.
Yeah.
At that same moment, no matter what, at the end of the day, everything is a decision. No matter how I raise my child, she can still go out and get bodies.
It is, but I feel like it has a lot to do with how you were raised. It has a lot to do with it, and that's
my kids know Jesus.
Yeah,
they love Jesus. We sing Jesus songs. They like going to church. I'm kind of like old school when we go to church. My kids know if you putting on a dress, you probably going to church.
Yeah,
you're going to Sunday school because you're going to learn about God at your level.
Right.
So you just it's all about how you do it. It's your decision on how your kids come out.
Well, after close, y'all, I want to. Let's wrap this up. I just kind of want to. I'm gonna bring something because I haven't said this. I'm going to say something nice to my dad.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say that.
Awesome. I'm gonna say something nice to my dad. So, hey, Dad. Despite everything that we have gone through together and apart, I appreciate you as a person because without you, I wouldn't be here. And as you have gone through life, you know, I've still learned from you. And I love you despite it all, because you're human, I'm human, and we all have flaws. So this love is unconditional. And so I'm working on trying to genuinely love. But in the meantime, I feel like I can get credit from at least trying to fake it. You know? Because at least I'm trying, you know, it's not like I just threw it away. So, but I still love you though. I'm on the path to just trying to get back to the love I had when I was a little girl. But I respect you and I love you, and you the best, Willie. Yeah. All right.
Hey, Willie.
Go ahead, because I'm actually contacting a guy for me.
Okay. Hey, Daddy. God, he's so funny, y'all. He's so funny. But hey, Dad. I just want to say too that love you unconditionally. There's nothing that I wouldn't do for you, and I know the same thing is vice versa. There's nothing that you wouldn't do for me. I know we missed a lot of time, and I know it's been hard for the two of us just to kind of sit down and talk about it, because maybe it's awkward or maybe we just don't know how, you know. But I just want to let you know that it's never too late for us to build any type of bond or relationship. You still young and fine to me, just like I'm young and always gonna be fine. So we got time, and I just pray and I hope that we're able to build a relationship that you and I have always wanted, you know. And I hope that, you know, one day soon I could be a daddy's girl.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hopeful. I like that. I like that. Let me see. I mean, because I'm about to go eat dinner with my dad. So I'll see you
Tell
later,
Dad
Dad.
we said hi.
Okay. I'm very appreciative that you were at least in my life. Because a lot of kids, my dad was there. I don't know who he is. So I appreciate you for that. I thank you for making me tough. Thank you for my work ethic, because that's between him and my mom. It's incredible. And I appreciate you being honest and letting me be honest when we did have the talk, and let me get my feelings out, because it was certain things that I was scared to say, but I knew I needed to say because I needed those answers. So I just thank you for that, and I thank you for being here now and trying to move forward and be there for your grandkids, your granddaughters. So I appreciate that, D-Bird.
Yeah.
Amen. Well, Lauren, drop, pub us up, low, pub us up.
Okay, y'all. So thank you guys so much for listening to this episode 2, Daddy's Girls. As always,
It was awesome.
It was.
I thought I was gonna cry a lot more.
Me too. As always, make sure you guys are following us on Instagram and Twitter at Brown Sugar Babe Pod. On both Instagram and Twitter. If you would like to follow us individually, I am at, her name is Lo. That is HERNAMELEAUX. It's not LO, it's LEAUX. And that is on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat.
Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat.
Cynara, pub you up.
I mean, you can follow me if you want. I'm not really doing that. You're going to see a bunch of my kids. But Instagram is Yo Pusha, YOPUSHUH. And it's the same thing on Twitter.
Yep.
So follow us. Come on this journey.
And
time out. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to interrupt you. I'm not hungover no more. So I finally I'm woke now. Like, I'm up. What's up?
And of course, you can follow me on Instagram at Miss Chloe Chantel. That's Chloe with the C, Chantel, CHANTL. My Twitter is Miss Chloe Baby, BAYBEE. Snapchat is the same. Facebook, you can follow me there, but I just put a lot of news on there because you guys know I work for the news. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening in to Brown Sugar Babe.
Yes, Brown Sugar Babe.
What's the next episode?
I don't know yet.
We got it listed in here as hold on.
Are you gonna keep that order?
I think we should, because the next one is socially awkward.
Yeah.
So y'all make sure y'all tune in next Monday for our episode 3, socially awkward.
And make sure y'all slide in our DMs.
Yes, please.
Give us feedback.
And don't forget, our podcasts are recorded on YouTube and obviously you know that by now because you are listening on YouTube or SoundCloud. But just for the future, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube. We will have our show on Apple Podcasts very, very soon. We're just trying to get our cover art confirmed, and we can't wait for you guys to see that. We're so excited. But we're overwhelmed and overjoyed.
It's
super full with all of the interaction, that engagement we got with you guys, and all the feedback. Like, Y'all are amazing, and it's just like it makes my heart warm for real because it's
Thanks,
like
babe.
passion.
I
Thank
know,
you, babe.
thanks.
We love y'all.
See y'all next week.
All right, see you next
Next
week.
week.
Bye.